Hi, it's me again. If you're like me and you'd like to just lose maybe a little bit of weight, there's something I want to say. First of all, be careful, because if you lose your weight too quickly when you're an oldie, then it could bring wrinkles on. And once they come, they won't go. When my mother was alive, she got cancer, and she became very thin. And she got a lot of wrinkles that appeared. And then after she got through the cancer, she was fine. But she even put weight back on a little bit. But her little wrinkles didn't go then, they were there. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're dieting at our age, that you don't do it too quickly. You need to do it very, very slowly. So in this little video, I want to sort of just talk about 5 things that you can do that could help you lose a little bit of weight. The first thing is to try to do, I know that everybody says do exercise, but I don't. I hate exercise. I did a video the other day about my kettle being my friend, because I do a few leg lifts and squats while my kettle's boiling. And that's okay. And if I make a few cups of tea in the day and I'm standing by the kettle, I'll do a little bit of exercise. But I also go line dancing. And it's surprising. We start at 4:30 and we don't finish till 7. So it's quite a good long session. And, it's surprising. And it's not just good for your body and your fitness. It's good for your brain, because you've got to think and you've got to remember the steps. And it's great. And I think that line dancing is a very nice, gentle way of having a little bit of exercise at our age. See if you can find a line dancing group. I was absolutely rubbish at line dancing when I started, and I still am not the best, but it doesn't matter. I just have fun, and we all have fun. Some people are better than others, it doesn't matter. So that's one thing I'd say. Do a little bit of exercise, but try to make it painless. Do a few squats while the kettle's boiling. Go and join a line dancing club or a little salsa club or yoga if you like. I mean, it is very good for you, and if you can persevere and do some yoga, it's great. The number 2 thing that I would say if you want to lose weight is try to cut the sugar out. You would be amazed if you walked around your kitchen and you looked at the labels on most of the things that you have in your kitchen. You would be amazed how much sugar there is in there. There's masses of sugar. You've got tomato sauce, brown sauce, you've got peanut butter, you've got jams, you've got drinks. There is so many things that you use on a daily basis that has got sugar in it. These yogurts that you buy, the very low-fat yogurts, like fruity ones and things, and it'll say 0% fat, and you think, wow, that's fine. I'm going to have that. I can have a couple of those. But check the sugar, because when they do a 0% fat yogurt, it would taste pretty awful without sugar in it. So they put sugar in, and they always up the sugar. And if you looked at a normal pot of yogurt and a low fat one, you'd probably find there's more sugar in the low fat one. So you're not really gaining an awful lot. You might save on a little bit of fat. On this note, I want to mention that with fat, I'm not averse to having some fat, because when I went through a stage where everybody was saying you've got to have a fat-free diet, cut the fat out, then you'll lose weight, and everybody was trying to do everything without fat. We were even trying to fry without fat, everything without fat. My skin went terrible. I had dry skin all down here, and my face felt hard and sort of stiff, and it totally changed my skin, because I wasn't eating enough fat. So don't cut fat out, but by all means keep it low. Don't have too much fat. Eat healthy fats. Olive oil. If you had a spoonful of olive oil, and I know it probably sounds awful, but if you could have a spoonful of olive oil every day, it is so healthy and so good for you, and it would really, really help your skin. The other thing I wanted to mention, the number 3, is salt. Now, salt is not really, people think that salt tastes of salt, but it doesn't. What salt does, it opens your taste buds. So if you have something with more salt, then your taste buds are open more. So if you think to yourself, I'm going to eat maybe a sandwich, normally with tomato, I would normally have tomatoes, and then I'd put salt on my tomatoes. And if you say to yourself, I'm going to be good and I'm not going to put salt on it, you will probably not enjoy that sandwich because you haven't opened your taste buds enough to enjoy the sandwich. It tastes bland. But it's amazing how you can get past that. You can get past the salt thing. And it just takes a little bit of time. I've cut out salt immensely, and now I very rarely add salt. It's very difficult to be able to make something without salt because stock cubes have got salt in. There's so many things have got salt in, like sugar. If you go around and check, you'll be amazed. Sweet things have got salt in. But it wouldn't hurt to stop the salt. And even though the salt won't make you fat, it's going to make you unhealthy because it's not good for blood pressure, it's not good for diabetes. Salt's not good for you. So cut the salt out or try to cut it down. Number 4 is being careful what you put on your plate. Use smaller plates. If you eat meat, then your meat should be a quarter of your plate. And then your carbs, which are things like potatoes or pasta, things like that, should be another quarter. And then the whole other half of your plate should be vegetables or some kind of vegetables or salad. If you could stick to that, then you will still feel you've had a good meal, a good big meal, but you've had better ratios. So you've had the heavy calorie protein type meat. I mean, with me, I don't eat meat, but what I would probably have avocado or maybe a little lentil stew or something like that, which gives me all the protein that I need, and I would put that instead of the meat. So there's the quarter of the protein, a quarter of the starch or the carbs, and then the whole other half of the plate is vegetables. And then for sweet, if you're the type of person that really likes to have a sweet, then make a fruit salad, have a gorgeous fruit salad, and then if you want it to be sweetened, you could put a little bit of stevia sweetener on it, and then have a very, very light cream on top so that you feel you're having a little bit of luxury, or a very, very low fat plain yogurt. If you get a low fat plain yogurt and add a little bit of vanilla, if you buy the vanilla in a liquid form and add a few drops of vanilla to that yogurt, it tastes lovely. It tastes like cream. It takes away that sharpness that you get from yogurt. So, put a yogurt on a gorgeous fruit salad. So your meal could be a plate full of loads of veggies. You could have veggie and salad. And then on top of that, you would have a little bit of starch and a little bit of protein. And then afterwards, you'd have a gorgeous bowl of fruit with something on top, something creamy on top, something low fat and creamy and no sugar in it. So that would be how I would say would be your main meal. For your middle of the day thing, I would myself have a sort of a smoothie. I use a protein powder. I use Arbonne's protein powder, which is made from all natural, all vegan ingredients. And the one that I'm into at the moment is the raspberry cheesecake one, which is fantastic. And then I'll make up a juice, and I think I've got it on a video, one of my videos that I've done, where I show you how I make the juice up. So I put fruit and banana and avocado and everything all into my liquidizer. A couple of scoops of my gorgeous protein powder, and then some apple juice and some water, half and half apple juice and water. And then I'll make that in the machine, and it is so delicious. And that is my lunch. I'm happy to have that for my lunch. Breakfast, I'll always have a bit of toast for breakfast because I think you should start the day on carbs. But maybe try and have wholemeal rather than white. And so a couple of slices of wholemeal bread with a nice, if you like jam, but a low sugar jam, or a low sugar, low salt peanut butter or something like that. Be careful what you buy. Look for the labels. Look for stuff that's low sugar, low salt. I think probably the last thing that we need to think about if we want to lose weight, which I think is the most important thing, is to chill with it, to try to sort of let it be part of your life. If every time you do anything, you make a meal and you go out shopping and everything, you've always got in your mind diet, then you won't stick to it for very long. It needs to be a lifestyle change. You don't need it to be a diet because as an older person, you cannot afford to lose weight quickly. You need to lose weight little by little. So you need to be healthy inside. So you've got to push all that healthy stuff into you. And you've also got to be healthy on the outside. So have a little bit of fat, have a little bit of what you like, but keep the portions small and keep it as a treat. But just do not think diet all the time. Chill with it. If you go in the supermarket and there's something there and you think, oh, I would love that, but I can't have it because I'm on a diet, then that's not the way to be. You buy the blooming thing, take it home, and maybe have it over a period of 2 or 3 days as a little treat. Just don't think that because you're trying to be more healthy and maybe to lose a little bit of weight, that it's a diet. It's not. It's a lifestyle change. As we get older, our metabolism slows down. So that is why we put weight on as we get older. And then also, I think one of the biggest problems when you get older is that you don't eat to live like the youngsters do. You know, they'll stop and have a burger because they're hungry and that's it, and they want to carry on dancing. But for us, we live to eat because our enjoyment is to go to that nice restaurant, to go to those places where you can have something nice to eat. So, you know, it's different when you get older. Your tastes are different. And also, I think the other thing is that your lifestyle is more sedentary. So you will put weight on. And you just got to think about your health and just think about trying to stay fit and trying to stay healthy inside and out. That's all I can say. You need to just think about a lifestyle change, not a diet.